And our first president, George Washington, were the only two faces to appear on stamps until 1856, and Washington has appeared on the stamp more than any other person. Also on this date, in 1873, Henry O. Flipper entered the West Point Military Academy, becoming the first African-American to be appointed to the institution. He would go on to graduate and serve his country, eventually earning the rank of lieutenant, before being dishonorably discharged under suspicious circumstances. After years of working to clear his name and reputation, the Army would eventually grant him an honorable discharge, and in 1999, former President Bill Clinton granted him a full pardon. I'm Tushar Saxena, and that's your Fox Daily Snapshot.
We're the Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at WGNSradio.com. This is Rutherford Issues, hitting right at what matters most to all of us here in the heart of Tennessee. From Murfreesboro to Smyrna, Eagleville to Laverne, Leanna to Barfield, and everywhere in between. If it matters to you, you'll hear about it here on Rutherford Issues. Now your host, Brian Barrett.
Well, hey, hi, and hello there, fun lovers and truth seekers. Welcome in to Rutherford Issues here from News Radio WGNS. Glad you have decided to join us, make us a part of your day. Maybe you're listening back to this on the podcast. Or maybe you're watching this back on the podcast. Whatever the case may be, thanks for doing so. Brent Carter with Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services will be joining us, EMS. And got a lot to talk about there. The heat wave that's gripping us, summertime, ER visits, maybe a little bit on my recent adventures. So, yeah, got a lot to discuss this morning here on the show. We are powered by our friends at Middle Tennessee Electric. They remind you that during this hot summer spell, maybe things like washing the dishes, washing the clothes, using those large appliances, save that for as late as possible. That way it'll help your energy cost and also keep demand at a reasonable level here as well. We're going to have a really high heat index today. It's going to be hot, hot, hot. Could be in the 110 range or so. So our friends at Middle Tennessee Electric also remind you, maybe nudge up that thermostat a degree or two. Stay comfortable, but every degree makes a big difference. More energy tips online at mte.com. Let's see. How about our salutes? Are you ready for these for the day? Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Today, on the birthday club, it is Mary Lou Burbick. Mary Lou Burbick, the birthday club winner today. Announced with all of the names celebrating birthdays, including some of our pals like Doran Claiborne. Remember Claiborne and Taylor Insurance and all? Andy Womack, speaking of insurance. Sir Andy Womack having another birthday. Brady Cooper, for those of you from New Vision, you probably know about the pastor. Well, he's got a birthday today, as well as Mary Lou Burbick. And Mary Lou is going to be the recipient of banana pudding from Slick Pig, 1920 East Main, where you'll find Slick Pig. And let me just give you this helpful tip. If you've never been to Slick Pig, you need to try, okay? If you like barbecue, smoked meats like wings, Wings like you've never had anywhere else, okay? Barbecue, of course. I think their brisket is kind of under the radar. If you haven't had the brisket, you need to try it. But their homemade desserts are out of this world. Banana pudding, yes. Cakes, pies, anything you want. So if you want some good old country desserts, you need to save room for that or get it to go and enjoy it for a late night snack at Slick Pig, 1920 East Main. Today, Tiffany Laughlin is the SRM Concrete Good Neighbor of the Day for helping a coworker who faces health problems, stepping in like a true sister and always looking out for her with a deep and supportive action, if you will. So that is Tiffany Laughlin. Getting a free drink of choice from 7 Brew Drive-Thru Coffee in Murfreesboro, Smyrna, and Laverne. That's today's Good Neighbor of the Day, Tiffany Laughlin. This Good Neighbor recognition is built by SRM Concrete. They're locally grown, nationally known, and dedicated to celebrating the folks who pour strength and heart into Rutherford County every single solitary day. How do you send in a Good Neighbor of the Day? Well, simply text the word neighbor. NEIGHBOR, just that one singular word. Text that to us at 615-893-1450. You'll get a reply from us, and all you have to do is tap on the link that you get in that text, fill out the information that it asks for, click submit when you're done, and you're done. How about that? Yep, it is that easy, I promise. So let us know who is a person who you would like to be the Good Neighbor of the Day. We'll make that happen for you, for sure. Today's usually the day that I put Neighbor of the Day. Again, text neighbor to our number or go to wgnsradio.com/goodneighbor to get those in.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks opened lower to start July. Fed Chair Kevin Warsh spoke today at a European Central Bank symposium. He failed to discuss whether the Fed could raise rates at its meeting this month. Warsh says when we get into that room and shut the door, we're going to have a good debate. I don't have much more for you. Kroger, the second largest grocer in the U.S. after Walmart, is buying Cincinnati-based Giant Eagle, which has supermarkets in Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, Maryland, and Indiana. Kroger shares opened down more than 0.5%. Cheerios parent company General Mills reported a better than expected quarter. The stock opened up nearly 9%. Nike shares opened lower. Investors were hoping for a faster turnaround, though it is seeing business pick up because of the World Cup. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
Right now, as we check stocks, the Dow is up 109 points at 52,428. S&P ahead 9, 75.08. And the NASDAQ drops to start July as investors dump chip stocks after a blockbuster first half. It is down 37 points at 26,176.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Fox Weather.
Hey there, I'm Fox Weather meteorologist Craig Herrera with the latest from America's Weather Center. Huge heat building across the eastern half of the lower 48 with extreme heat warnings or heat advisories stretching all the way from the Great Lakes back in through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and clear up into the New England area as well. The Northeast getting in on it today. This takes us all the way through Wednesday. Now, temperatures are not only heating up, we're throwing the humidity. The feels like temperature will range from 100 to 110 for the next several days, right through Saturday. It's the humidity that's going to be the game changer in this plan. Over this big dome of high pressure, we've got some stormy activity. Some of those storms could produce some strong winds, gusty 80 miles per hour or greater, hail and tornadoes extending from portions of southern Wisconsin into Minnesota, all the way back into the UP of Michigan. And we'll see some storms also over portions of the southeast and into New England. Get the latest weather updates anytime, anywhere. Download the Fox Weather app at foxweather.com.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Well, we're taking a look outside the palatial studios of WGNS. It's hot out there right now. 90 degrees already. Yeah. Yuck. 90 degrees. We're going to be really hot today, especially with the heat index. Already feels like 99, so cracking 100 is going to be pretty easy, pretty quick. So let's get your forecast details here from Weatherology.
Well, Brian, it looks like an extreme heat warning remains in effect. We'll see sunny skies here this afternoon, a high around 100 degrees. Winds out of the northeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for tonight, mostly clear, low near 77. By Thursday, a slight chance for showers and thunderstorms here late. Blend of clouds and sunshine develops, high around 100 degrees. Friday, another slight chance for showers and storms here late. Blend of clouds and sun, high around 100. 4th of July, Saturday, chance for storms late, a high of 97. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Does that sound like a great forecast or what? Yeah, it's yucky. I know. Here's a look at the Rutherford weather radar. Again, extreme heat warning is in effect for us. All of Middle Tennessee, as we can see right here. This extreme heat warning will go on, well, through Thursday, or through Friday now, at least. And this is a model of really kind of telling us where the most extreme heat is in the country. Red is kind of major impacts. Purple, extreme impacts. We can see the purple's the entire state of Ohio, up into the northeast. But here down in the south, pretty much just right here in Middle Tennessee is where we have the most extreme impacts, and Rutherford County is part of that. Not only today, but also tomorrow, as we can see the heat builds tomorrow even more. And how about Friday? Ugh, yeah, there it is. Saturday, still major impacts on your 4th of July. Sunday, backing off just a little bit, still in the major category. And by Monday, a little bit of help. We're talking about maybe in the 100 to 105 range for heat index on Monday. Still going to be pretty hot. Once we get out a little further than that, next Tuesday, hopefully a little bit of additional relief. But it's going to take us a while to get there. Drink plenty of water, take breaks, stay inside if you can, really from now until about 5, 6 o'clock. It's still hot in the evenings. I went out last night to let the dogs out like at 10:30, and my thermometer still said like 90. So it's just air you can wear. Oppressive heat will continue, but that's a look at your Rutherford weather forecast, RutherfordWX.com. Head to the website. You can see all of the advisories, your forecast for the Murfreesboro area and the North End, Smyrna area of the county. You can see some of the live video feeds that we use here on Rutherford Weather. You'll see also a place where when we're live on the channel during impactful and severe weather, it'll be right there on the page. But also there are links to the social platforms like YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram right there at the bottom. Be sure to head to one of those, your favorite, or if you have multiple favorites, great. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Now, I would say do that on YouTube and then pick either Facebook, X, or Instagram. That way, we do send out some maps and a few things that aren't video related, and those will be there, okay? So if you like, subscribe, turn on notifications on the channel, you'll always be in the know, and when we go live, it'll notify you, hey, we're live tracking impactful or severe weather across Rutherford County. That's RutherfordWX.com with the links to those socials, or just head to Ruco Weather, RUCO Weather, on any of those social platforms. And be sure to tell your friends and family about Rutherford County, Tennessee weather from Rutherford Weather.
FM 1019, FM 100.5, WGNSradio.com. The Good Neighbor Network. Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Rutherford Issues here on WGNS, and especially on Big GTV, is made possible by Murfreesboro Medical Clinic and Surgery Center. Over 20 specialties, several locations, including the new Las Casas Pike. More than 900 associates dedicated to your health. That's MMC, quality health care that meets your lifestyle. We're checking world news from Fox News Radio coming up here in just 30 seconds after this from our friends at the law offices of John Day. That's, again, the law offices of John Day bringing you this news break.
If I had to rate the law office of John Day,
I would definitely give him a 5-star rating.
A 20 stars.
Probably like 100 stars. John Day's office was wonderful.
They are caring.
Call the law offices of John Day.
I would recommend them to everyone.
Over 1,000 times a year, a lawyer refers someone who needs help in a personal injury or wrongful death case to us because we treat every referral in a timely, professional way. Trust the lawyers other lawyers trust. Trust the law offices of John Day.
He's on his way to celebrate another president. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. And to get to the new Teddy Roosevelt Library in North Dakota, President Trump's taking his first flight on the new Air Force One, which was a gift from Qatar.
Frankly, we couldn't build a plane like this because we wouldn't be willing to spend the kind of money necessary. They spent top dollar. So the head of Boeing said, this is considered the best 747 they've ever built.
Before leaving, reporters also asked the president about a new financial filing showing he made a lot of money last year, but he says he isn't involved in investments.
I think it's called a blind account, but they take it. And I never speak to any of the people that run the money.
The president has vowed to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. The Trump family businesses have also endorsed crypto through investing, and it paid off. A filing with the U.S. Office of Government Ethics found President Trump reported more than $1 billion in crypto-related income for 2025.
Fox's Janika Sola. The president also talked this morning before taking off about Iran as negotiations continue through mediators today in Qatar.
I call it the denuclearization. And it's all taking place. It's all going well.
But if that changes, the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Dan Raisin Kane, have given the president different options. According to the Wall Street Journal, the conversations have centered on whether the U.S. should abandon negotiations and resume full-scale attacks on Iran, the official said, a move some of them describe as finishing the job.
Fox's Peter Ducey at the White House in Washington, where it's going to be really hot the next few days. Fox weather meteorologist Michael Estime's in D.C.
When you factor in the humidity, it'll feel closer to 105 degrees tomorrow, and then on Friday we're talking about extreme heat watches. Dana, listen to this. 112 is what it's expected to feel like on Friday.
That triple-digit heat goes all the way up to Maine. Heat warnings across the Midwest to America.
Murfreesboro, the clock is ticking. Academy Child Development is making their biggest offer of the year. New families who enroll in the next 30 days can secure our summer promotional rates. Picture your kids laughing, learning, and making memories all summer, while you save like never before. But when these 30 days are up, this deal disappears forever. Call the Academy today at 629-284-3108. That's 629-284-3108.
Another young socialist could take a seat in Congress.
From coast to coast, from every level of office, we are taking back our party and our country.
That's 29-year-old Maylot Quiros after winning a Democratic primary in Colorado, beating a congresswoman who's been in the House longer than Quiros has been alive. Diana DeGette. Quiros expected to win in November in a heavily Democratic district, just like the two socialists who defeated Democratic congressmen last week in New York City. There's something new today for the 43 million Americans who have federal student loans.
The changes to the student loan system mean some will face higher monthly payments on their loans, while other borrowers will face new loan limits. The Biden-era repayment program called Saving on a Valuable Education, or SAVE, is ending, affecting about 7 million borrowers. There's a new cap on the amount of money grad students can borrow. And there will only be 2 repayment plans that new student loan borrowers can choose from: the tiered standard repayment plan or the repayment assistance plan, which some student loan advocates say could result in higher monthly payments. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
An NFL player is in mourning. His mom's dead and his brother's in jail.
Atlanta police say the mother of Baltimore Ravens defensive lineman and 6-time Pro Bowler Calais Campbell was found dead Tuesday inside her townhouse in the city's Buckhead district after relatives requested a welfare check. The victim was identified as 71-year-old Natil Campbell. Officers say a man had barricaded himself inside before they forced entry and took him into custody. Authorities have identified the suspect as the victim's son, 41-year-old C.R. Campbell, who now faces murder, aggravated assault, and weapons charges. Matt Murphy, Fox News.
On Wall Street, the Dow's up 90 points, but the Nasdaq's down 50. At soccer's World Cup, 3 more teams will advance to the round of 16. The U.S. hopes to be among them. They play Bosnia and Herzegovina tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
SRM Concrete is the largest ready-mix producer in the country, yet is still family-owned and operated. Locally grown, nationally known, SRM delivers unmatched quality and service. You called, we haul. We're SRM Concrete.
At Maples Realty and Auction, we handle traditional sales, auctions, and property management. And we have a development called The Maples with local builders and amenities. This is Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Let us help you get your property sold.
When it's time to buy or sell, trust the name your neighbors know.
I refer a lot of clients to Maples Realty when we have real estate issues that are coming up. Working with Maples has been easy for me, easy for my clients.
Our people, that's the difference.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold by Maples Realty and Auction. From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Mexico advanced at the World Cup 2-0 over Ecuador, leading 2-0 in the first half, outshooting him at the time 8-1 in about the first 30 minutes. Mexico will now face the England-Congo winner this Sunday. France advanced to play Paraguay July 4th in Philadelphia. The French were 3-0 winners over Sweden. Kylian Mbappe, 2 more goals. Norway will face Brazil this Sunday in the round of 16. Norway eliminated Ivory Coast 2-1 on a goal in the 86th minute by Erling Haaland. The U.S. plays Wednesday night against Bosnia and Herzegovina. LeBron James told the Lakers he will play elsewhere this coming season. The Clippers are sending Kawhi Leonard to Toronto for 2 first-rounders and Brandon Ingram. In the WNBA's Commissioner's Cup final, New York over Las Vegas, 93-85. Serena Williams lost her first-round match at Wimbledon. In baseball, Detroit sent the Yankees to a 6th straight loss.
This is News Radio WGNS, Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
Access Tennessee Sports. I'm Josh Copley. Vanderbilt basketball has landed a home run recruit. Gabe Neesmith, a 5-star shooting guard from Atlanta that stands at 6'5", made the announcement on Tuesday. ESPN has him ranked number 20 in the SC Next 100 for the class of 2027. He's even considered to be a top 3 shooting guard in the country. Neesmith is also the highest rated recruit of Coach Mark Byington's career. Knox News reported the passing of Tennessee sports legend Mac Franklin, who was 93 years old. He was a part of the 1951 Tennessee Vols football team that won the national title. Franklin was a standout team captain under Coach Nalen, but his contributions didn't stop there. He coached several high schools in East Tennessee, but he would most notably kickstart the wrestling program at East Ridge. His success in the wrestling field would secure his spot in the TSSAA Hall of Fame. I'm Josh Copley with Access Tennessee Sports.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update.
Braves got on the board in the 3rd, but 4 runs in the 4th by St. Louis were too much to overcome as the Braves dropped Game 1 5-3. Braves managed only 6 hits. Story of the day, runners in scoring position or lack of success with runners in scoring position. The Braves just 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. They left 11 players on base. Martin Perez went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, and struck out 1. He got the loss. He's now 6-5 on the season. Game 2 coming up tonight. Michael McGreevy going for the Cards. First round pick in 2021. He's 3-6 with a 3.12 ERA and a 1.14 whip. Ronaldo Lopez going for the Braves. He's 3-1, has a 3.47 ERA and a 1.37 whip. 4 leadoff show coming your way at 6. And first pitch between the Braves and the Cards, 7:15 Eastern across the street at Truist Park. And you can hear all of it on the Braves Radio Network.
The people are coming. They come in airplanes and moving vans. Every day, we welcome 500 new residents to Tennessee. We cannot let them price us out. It's a challenge our next governor has to solve. I'm John Rose. I'm the 8th generation on our family farm. My boys will be the 9th generation. We need a Tennessee where all our kids and grandkids can afford to make their own future. I'm running for governor to keep Tennessee affordable, to keep China from buying up our farmland, and keep our school curriculum under our control. I'll work to control property taxes for longtime residents and defend our culture. If you want to keep Tennessee, Tennessee, I need your support for governor. I'm John Rose, and I am applying to do the job.
For governor, John Rose. Keep Tennessee, Tennessee. Paid for by Rose for Tennessee. Jeff Aiken, Treasurer.
If you want to talk sports, you want to talk local, you want to talk with Monty Hill Jr. and Tim Tackett, it's all sports talk. Weekdays at 5 on WGNS.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Carlin Cochran. 8 Republican Tennessee senators are calling on Governor Bill Lee to order an independent review of the failed execution of death row inmate Tony Carruthers. The lawmakers who support the death penalty want answers after officials were unable to establish an IV, forcing the execution to be halted. They say any problems should be corrected before Tennessee's next scheduled execution in August. A Maryville man is among 4 government contractors charged in an alleged scheme to sell counterfeit or substandard military parts as original equipment, according to the U.S. Department of Justice. Prosecutors say the group supplied unapproved aftermarket parts to the Defense Logistics Agency while using false documents and labels to disguise their origin. All 4 pleaded not guilty. The case is scheduled for trial in federal court in Knoxville on September 8th.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First, drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said,
if it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips. Because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
A piece of Tennessee architectural history is on the market. The Shaven House, the state's only home designed by legendary architect Frank Lloyd Wright, is listed for $1.6 million. Perched atop Chattanooga's Missionary Ridge, the 3-bedroom home was designed in 1950 and completed in 1952. Built in Wright's Usonian style, it has remained in the Shaven family for more than 70 years and features sweeping views of the city. Carlin Cochran, Access Tennessee News.
This is Pastor Nikki Ajapong, the lead pastor of Holy Hill Chapel in Murfreesboro on Northwest Broad Street.
Here are sermons on WGNS every Sunday night at 7:30.
Our sermons are loaded with the keys of the kingdom. If you don't have the keys, you'll be stranded.
Visit Holy Hill Chapel, tn.org, to hear our podcast.
Our congregation is made up of a variety of nationalities. People from Africa, people from the Caribbean. We have people from Asia, Europe. Here in America, we have people who grew up in Murfreesboro, people who grew up in Chicago. When we had our international service this year, we had 24 nationalities. Everyday life, never take it for granted. You wake up, you get food to eat. You know, somebody doesn't have it. Don't take it for granted. You can learn more about us by visiting our website, holyhillchapeltn.com.
When it comes to your child's health, you want care that's close, convenient,
and centered around the needs of your family.
At MMC Pediatrics, we're more than just doctors.
We're partners in your parenting journey.
Here for every growth spurt, for every boo-boo, every fever, and every flu.
Our team approach means that your child always sees someone that knows them.
We are MMC Pediatrics.
We are right beside you.
Every step of the way.
When the weather turns bad, minutes, even seconds matter.
This is an early heads up for southern Rutherford County.
Rutherford Weather brings you live radar and expert meteorologist insight, giving you the early heads up when storms threaten.
A lot of areas are going to see some impacts from this storm.
From analysis to live camera views, we keep you informed before, during, and after the storm.
I think the vast majority of the hail with this now is going to be quarter to perhaps golf ball size.
Rutherford Weather. Stay ahead of the storm.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
Our show here today, Rutherford Issues from WGNS, is made possible by our friends at Middle Tennessee Electric. You know, United Communications, that's their internet company. Well, they provide fast, reliable, 99.99% reliable fiber internet services. You can find out more at mte.com. Brent Carter joins us. Just as reliable, Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services.
We're going to do that other little percentage in there, and we'll go 100.
You'll go 100%? There you go.
We'll go 100. That we're going to show up and give you medical attention.
There you go. Love it. Love it.
You just got to know them 3 numbers, to call us if you want one.
Well, I did the one thing that I knew that I wasn't probably supposed to do. Is I was just telling you about my little heart issue, and my friend John had it, who's on the radio, and he had it a week before me, and he called an ambulance. They came out, transported him, all that kind of thing. I decided to drive myself, which was dumb.
It happens.
But it happens.
It's a guy thing.
I think it is.
It is. Yeah.
I really went in after experiencing like 5 minutes of pain thinking, they're going to think I'm a dope. I'm going to go in. There's going to be nothing wrong. My EKG was fine and all of that. And the first blood test was fine. I said, well, let's wait 4 hours and we'll do it again. And that's when it came back. Yeah, we need to do further testing. So, but I mean, for about 4 or 5 hours, I thought I'm just wasting my time.
Yeah.
The time of the ER. But,
it's better to get checked out.
I guess.
And have it happen again and get worse.
Yeah.
Cheap insurance.
True.
Kind of.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to meet my deductible this year. I got my bill, $186,000.
Yeah. They're
so
not
thank
cheap.
goodness for insurance.
They're not cheap.
Yeah.
But that's why we have insurance,
But to have the level of care that we do, especially for that now, I mean, a lot of people don't realize if you grew up here in Rutherford County, if you had any type of heart thing,
you're going
5 years ago, 10 years, you were going to Nashville for sure.
We're going to Nashville.
But not anymore.
Well, and not anymore because of the hospitals that we have, in Rutherford County.
Yeah.
And what our new medical directors are letting us do in the back of a truck. So we can get a lot of that started before we ever get to the hospital now.
Okay.
And that's changed a bunch even since I've been off the trucks.
So is it medication?
What
would
it's
you
a little
start?
bit of everything. It's
Okay.
therapy. We got these new monitors that are on these trucks that I think they can read your palm. They're that accurate on a lot of things. And then, we can also send the EKG strips to the hospitals, and their docs are looking at them, making their calls on them before we ever get there.
Mm-hmm.
They're knowing what we're seeing, other than the patient. They don't really see the patient, but they can see what the monitor's showing and what their EKG looks like. And,
come up with some type of treatment on the way, really.
Before we ever get there. You're either going straight to cath lab, or we're going to sit and we're going to do some more assessing, or, they're making that call before we ever get there.
It's pretty cool how quickly the information is gathered, especially in this, because time is of the essence when you're talking about heart, right?
Yeah. And that's a muscle that doesn't rejuvenate itself.
Yeah.
So if it's starving for air or blood, which the blood's going to, if it's not flowing, it's not getting oxygen. So,
which is what causes a heart
what
attack,
usually
right?
causes it. Yeah, you get a blockage, and then the heart freaks out because that little vessel's blocked, and whatever's below it, is not getting any oxygen. So then the heart just kind of sits there and freaks out. Hey, I can't breathe, just like you would if you couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
You kind of get that panic mode, and that's the heart does the same thing.
I learned a lot about all of this stuff. If there's no damage to the heart muscle, it's not really a heart attack. You've experienced angina.
Yeah.
Which that's an old term. I mean, that goes back a long ways.
Yeah.
So that's I experienced about 5 minutes of that. But anyway, it's been an interesting month of June.
You're a good advocate for us if you have these symptoms.
Yeah.
Either call an ambulance.
Yeah.
So
and
get checked out.
And if you've got the doctor told me, he said, with your
family history,
ancestry and family history, this is something that you probably in your mid to late 20s should have been looking at.
Yeah.
Well, that long ago, we really didn't have the technology to do what we do today.
Mid-20s, we're 18, 20 years old and bulletproof too.
Well,
so,
yeah.
We're not really looking at it.
But, that's one of those things that you can't change that no matter what you do.
No.
And I think it's a bigger part than maybe even we realize. Your genetics play a huge part.
Play a big part in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Diabetes and high blood pressure, heart disease. It plays a big part in a lot of it.
And the testing is fairly easy now when they do that heart CT and all. So you just need to keep on top of that, especially if you have a family history.
That's it. That's it in a nutshell.
My daughter-in-law,
with this nice cool weather that we're having and out there, that's gonna spark a little bit of it too.
My daughter-in-law's father has this heart condition that's only has 2 aortic valves, and you're supposed to have 3, I think, or something like that. Whatever the case is, it's one of those things that is passed down from generation to generation, and so. It's amazing what you can find out and what your genetics, what you have in your body that you may not even know. So
even if you didn't know your history,
right,
or your ancestors,
right,
yeah.
So definitely something to keep ahead on. And
medicine's come a long, long ways. Like you and I were talking, what we can do on an ambulance now, before we get to the hospital, has helped a lot.
I was so amazed at my friend John's recovery from the open heart.
Yeah.
I remember my dad's 2 biggest complaints when he had his 25 years ago was the feeling of that rib cage moving, because at that point they just wired things together.
Yeah.
Well, now they put a titanium plate to hold it together when they're doing the surgery, so you don't have that discomfort.
Yep.
And he had a scar on the back of his leg from his ankle all the way up to his hip where they harvested the vein.
Yep.
Well, John has these little 2-3 inch incisions, so he didn't have that pain to deal with.
Hide it in shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's even with that surgery and how invasive that is. I mean, it's come a long way. They went in my wrist. They didn't go in anywhere else.
From what I hear, they're fixing shoulders. With just a little hole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
cameras
and.
Was even talking with one of the doctors. There are certain, depending on where it is, they can do quote unquote open heart with just going in arthroscopically through the side now, even without having to go through the chest bone. So I don't know. It's crazy, but we've got great health care here. But it starts on those front lines with those EMS workers who show up.
Well, it starts
even in
with
this
a
heat.
phone call.
Well,
first.
that's true.
Let's back up a little bit. It starts with, if something's not right, call.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. If you're not feeling normal, we'll call it normal, because when we show up, I don't know what your normal is.
Sure.
Only you can know what your normal is. But that's what starts it.
Yeah.
If you're not feeling normal and you think something's up, just give us a call.
What is the reason that people...
You don't have to go because we show up at your house. You're not going to get charged if we show up at your house.
Yeah.
So at
I
least...
think that's the fear, isn't it?
That's the fear, is everybody's going to get charged. Yeah, you're not going to get charged if we show up at your house. So we're just there to help you. If you think something's out of the norm, let's help you, calm you down, and let's figure it out together. That's the biggest thing. Whether you go with us or not, that's your choice still. And what hospital you want to go to pretty much is your choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, the biggest thing is if it's not normal, get out there and let these guys on these trucks and these gals, they're sharp. We got some really super good paramedics out there right now. And, we've had them for a while.
Right.
And so... let them help you feel more comfortable or back to normal. And then they'll recommend whether you go or don't go. And you still don't have to go with us.
Sure.
You can still be like you and just drive yourself. I've had that happen a lot when I was on trucks.
I didn't. I in hindsight, I should have, but I felt better. I didn't have any symptoms anymore. I felt fine.
So,
and I had to sit there to think, okay, do I go in? Do I just go back to sleep? And those are things that other people go through, I'm sure, as well. But, it's nuts. But this time of the year, I think about, I was just talking to someone about the 4th of July celebration that's going to take place here in town. And, we're going to do that in the Gateway, and there are going to be thousands of people out, but the heat index is going to be 110. But we've got police officers, we have medics that are out in these events that are suffering through the same heat that maybe causes you an issue,
I mean, it does.
But you're out there.
Yeah. People don't understand this heat and humidity. It's kind of like the cold, but opposite. The heat and the humidity, if you're out in it from early morning on through it, you got a little bit better chance. But if you're in and out of an air conditioner, it's going to hit you pretty good. You get more tired at night. How much fluids have you been drinking prior to getting out and all that heat? Staying in the shade as much as you can. I mean, there's a lot to it. And if you got medical problems, it's going to play its toll on that too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our EMS guys and gals who are out there, who are running these long shifts and going out in this heat. I mean, it's at 10 o'clock last night, it was still 90 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's just kind of no relief from this.
Humidity is thick. You can cut it with a knife.
Yeah. Air you can wear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, and that helped. That hurts a lot of people, with breathing problems.
Yeah.
Also. So
and
not just heart.
Those uniforms are not necessily the coolest in the world, are they?
They're not. I mean, Brian changed it a while back ago that we could wear T-shirts. They still have to have a logo, about the same as what I'm wearing here in a collared shirt, but on our T-shirts. So it's a little bit cooler. I mean, 10 years ago, I was wearing long sleeve shirts, button ups.
Yeah.
That was what we needed. That was our uniform. So he's working together to keep everybody happy and try to keep them hydrated and all that. So we can do our job to help you.
Right. But you still have a lot of stuff. And then
you got a lot of stuff.
Pulling a gurney in and all this kind of stuff, stretcher.
Lifting people, in cars on the interstate. That interstate's hot.
Oh, gosh.
And
how much hotter is it on the interstate?
It's a whole lot hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just feel it through your feet. Like your soles of your shoes are going to melt off. It can get that hot out there on the interstate. On the tarmac, when they do that event up there in Smyrna, the Blue Angels and all that come in, that tarmac, it's a concrete slab, concrete and asphalt.
It just
they
absorbs
hold that
the heat. Yeah.
You know, where the dirt will help kind of absorb it in the grass, but concrete and asphalt.
Well,
plus you got all them cars driving by. You
yeah.
got the heat from the motors. It gets hot.
So our air temperatures for Rutherford County are taken in Murfreesboro and in Smyrna at the airports.
Yeah.
And so
in the shades.
Well, I don't know. I guess maybe I have no idea exactly where they are, but the point about that is you can look at a heat map really, and you can see most of Davidson County and into Rutherford County, and especially down I-24 and around those high population areas where there's a lot of concrete, a lot of building and stuff. You're going to get another couple of degrees because of the heat island effect.
Yep.
So
be like in a crowd. I mean, 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 like what we are right now, we're good. But you get 10, 12, 15 people next to you, all that body heat's going to radiate right off of you too.
The heat is one thing, but to add the humidity on top of that and the feels like, that's what really zaps you.
Oh, yeah. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, 120 degrees, 118, not hardly any humidity. You know, you don't feel it. You feel the heat.
It's hot.
It's hot. You know, it's like sticking your head in the oven, you know, when you walk out the door. But here, you walk out the door, you're feeling the heat and you're sweating before you get to your car.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, and that's why AC units have a hard time keeping up too, is the humidity. That's the biggest
They can't
culprit.
get rid of it fast enough. They can't get it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dehumidifiers help. You know, but that's why our electric bills are so cheap during this time of year.
That's the truth. Brent Carter with us with Rutherford County Emergency Medical Services. Do calls go up when the heat's this bad?
Man, our call volume's up.
It's just up
all
anyway.
The time. We're growing so big right now. You know, Rutherford County's it's not slowing down. So the call volume's going up. I mean, 125 to 150 calls in a 24-hour period, 911 calls. Still running 18 trucks. You know, it goes up and down. But yeah, the weather does play a lot into it. But then again, too, you've got boats, you've got four-wheelers out there, you've got everybody wanting to go ride and play in the water and go swimming, and so it kind of changes.
We're doing things that are a little more dangerous,
exactly.
But also things that we don't do all the time, maybe not as experienced.
That 18 to 28, 30, you know, hey man, watch this kind of stuff. Yeah. That comes into play this time of year.
Also, you have big events. I mean, you've got Friday Night Live. You're going to have thousands of people all bottled together on the square on Friday. On Saturday, you've got the fireworks. But not only that, that's just in Murfreesboro. You've got Smyrna. Theirs is tomorrow night. Laverne has theirs. I mean, you're covering the whole county. So
plus, you got all the parties.
Right.
You know, the private parties
that
are going on.
Fireworks also. People shooting fireworks.
Yep.
I guess that will.
Hey, that didn't go off. You know, I'm gonna look down it. And, accidents happen. But
I'm sure every year there are fireworks accidents.
All kinds of, there's some burns, and you know, it happens.
You're holding a mini explosive, by the way.
When you're holding a bomb. I mean, that's just it. You know, pay attention. You know,
gotta be
back
careful.
Off that one cooler and get on the water cooler. You know, when the fireworks come out.
If you had 2 or 3 things to remind people of if they're going out, and you know that's what this time of the year is all about, and there are maybe a few more activities you can do because of the 250th this year and all, but with it being so hot, what are some things that we need to
plan ahead is the biggest thing. Plan ahead. You know, get hydrated, and if you think you're thirsty, drink some more. You know, if your shirt's wet, you're losing it just as fast. If you're using the restroom a lot, you're losing it just as fast. So whatever goes out through sweat, through whatever, using the restroom, try to put it back in. You get done, put it back in. Just that's the big thing is plan ahead.
I heard somebody say
clothing.
You know, drink more than you think you need.
Yeah, that's it.
Because people don't drink.
They don't.
Enough,
they don't drink enough, but they're sweating.
Yeah.
And the humidity, it adds to it. Wear loose clothing. make it a little comfortable. So if it does sweat, we get a little bit of a breeze, even though if it's a hot breeze, it's going to help kind of air condition you kind of through that loose clothing.
Light color too. The darker the color, the more it seems like it absorbs heat.
It's going to hold more. That's like our uniforms.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Yeah, like our uniforms. But yeah, light clothing, loose clothing, hydrate. And, if you start to feel like you're hot, try to find some shade. At least find some shade. Get out of it. You don't have to go out of the heat. Just find a little shade. Take a little bit, drop it a degree or two, temperature-wise. But the biggest thing is, and that one cooler that we were talking about a month ago. Back off on it a little bit because it affects your heat too.
So,
what your body can handle.
Doesn't alcohol